All right, let's get into wide receivers. This is what everyone's been waiting for. Let's talk about Antonio Brown. You got him as your wide receiver 23, 9 spots higher than the experts. Almost nothing would surprise me this week. I mean, I'd be disappointed if he doesn't do much. But, I mean, if you told me Antonio Brown was going to play a handful of snaps and be the wide receiver 60, I'd be like, all right, and it's fair enough. I mean, he hasn't played in a year and a half. If you told me he was going to be like the wide receiver 4, that wouldn't surprise me either.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
I think won't be wide receiver 4, but I think it's going to be top 20 range. So many things going in his favor. Now, of course, we get Bruce Arians being like, he might play 10 snaps, he might play 35. Like, we don't know. I don't even, if he told me he was going to play the full game, I wouldn't believe him. He told me he's going to play one time, I don't believe a fucking word that comes out of Bruce
Arians looks like he's one step away from having a heart attack all the time. I mean, he looks like he literally.
I feel like he's had one before.
Oh, has he? Well, now I feel terrible saying it, but I mean, I was looking at him on the sidelines of that game, and I was like, man, that guy looks like he could like just keel over at any minute.
Looks like his face is just going to explode.
Right.
Like, exactly. Right. Yeah. Pieces of nose and ear, like all over the camera screen at one point, just literally ready to just blow up.
We digress.
But Antonio Brown, as I said with the brief, I think this game's going to be a shootout on Sunday Night Football. Tom Brady rooming with Antonio Brown right now, studying the playbook with him. All reports he's looked, quote, fantastic, his old self, as good as he's ever been. Well, if that's the case, as good as he's ever been, he's the best receiver in football if he's as good as he's ever been, because he was the best receiver in football when he was there and had his head on straight. If he's walking in just like that, he's going to eat. And Brady, like, first game back, they're going to have some series designed to get him comfortable, get him back going, get his confidence up. Just like he did with the Patriots his first game, caught a touchdown and had like 3 straight catches on the first drive of the game. Like, it might not be the full game. It might not be every snap, but there will definitely be some design plays to get him involved. And when he's involved, he's gonna dominate. He's so good. Their corners suck. Lattimore's their best corner, and he's having a horrible year for the Saints. So he's gonna maybe get their third corner. When you think about how do you defend them? How do you?
Do you like Godwin also this week?
Yeah, I like anybody there. Like, I just think that offense is going to be impossible to stop, and it's going to be tough because there's going to be some weeks like just Evans disappears, Godwin disappears.
There's been a shitload of weeks where Evans has disappeared
already, right? Exactly.
Just not when I needed him to do nothing, and then he killed me. God, I'm still angry about that.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about our matchups this week.
I lost 147 to 146 on that Evans touchdown.
Yep,
You want to know who fucked me other than Dallas Goedert? Mason fucking Crosby. Fuck that guy. You scored me 2 points as a kicker. Thanks a lot, Mason. Couldn't kick one field goal. Jesus.
Dude. So I 2 years ago when we did I took the banner off just so we could go for a little Mason Crosby rant here.
Fair enough.
2 years ago, we were doing a live show at Fibbers. So I, of course, ate a bunch of ribs and then got blacked out after the show. Yeah. But the one thing, my last memory of the day was Mason Crosby. Maybe you even remember this. This is how bad this day was. I needed 3 points from him. He missed, I want to say, 5 field goals and 2 extra points.
Oh, I remember.
You remember that day?
Of course I do. It's like one of the most epically bad kicking days in the history of the sport. Of course I remember. He hits
one of those, I win. One out of 5. 1 out of 5. Just one. And it wasn't like they were all 50-yard bombs.
No, they were like 35-yarders, stuff like that.
It was a historic, like the fact that he has a job.
Right, he's still in the NFL, fucking people over years later. Thank you. He screwed me this week. I should drop it. Right? I should cut
He's the worst. He is by far the worst human being in the end. Now, you've bubbled up this like deep-seated like thing I probably need to go see a therapist for.
Nah,
like,
we can't afford that yet. We got to put all the money back into the company.
Oh God, that is bad. That is fucking real bad. You brought up Mason Crosby. He's a complete and utter bag of.
All right. Well, now we both think that.
Yes.
So if you're watching the show, Mason, we don't even want you on the show.
Yes.
All right, I'm also looking forward to Antonio Brown. I have him on my team. You think I should maybe start him? It's tempting. I got to admit. And also, I mean, people are offering me stuff for him. People are interested in Antonio Brown. People want to be in the Antonio Brown business. You think if he comes back and he's like Antonio Brown 2 years ago, you think he'll be the best receiver in the NFL?
I think
I kind of don't think. I
no,
think the competition's maybe a little better now. I mean, I
too
don't know.
much.
Like, has he met DK Metcalf? Has
Right.
he met prime DeAndre Hopkins?
Right.
Like, I don't know, man. There's some really, really good guys, and Antonio Brown's great. I mean, he could be on that level.
Yeah, exactly. That's the crazy part is he could be on that level and he was on waiver wires. So like that's the insane thing with him. And as we called it week 4, pick this guy up, stash him. We've been saying it for a while. That's
We
going to
have,
go down
and
as one of our best predictions.
he's not. And the thing is, I know I'm not telling anyone anything they don't know, but it's not like he's he was desperate to get back in the league, and so the some shitty team gives him a shot, like the Jaguars. Oh, we'll give him a shot. We're gonna let Jake Luton throw the ball down the field to him. I mean, he's getting in there with Tom Brady and a legit, really good offense. Tom Brady's 43. He's still a really good quarterback.
Right.
I mean, this is a pretty great situation. I agree with your higher pick on this.
And he cited too, like I chose them one because of the familiarity with Brady, the quarterback, the best of all time, but also he's played with Arians. Arians was his offensive coordinator in Pittsburgh. So Arians knows how to use him. He's used him successfully. The wide receiver coach, Antoine Randall, like he said, I picked this team for my familiar surroundings, which just shows more maturity from Antonio Brown than you'd ever expect based on like what he did last year. His head seems on straight. He's just like saying all the right things. And to answer your question, could he be the best of the best? Like, I think it's too congested there to like allow the volume for him to be a DK, to be a DeAndre. But if you told me he was top 15 from here on out, I wouldn't be shocked at all.
I think there's a great chance that could happen.
Yeah.
And again, we got this guy for nothing.
And he could lead the Bucs. He might be the best Bucs receiver come the end of the year. Like for these from here on out, he might score more than any other Bucs receiver. Very, very possible.